What is up, YouTube? It is the morning, and I feel like doing an impromptu training session. Well, actually, wait, let me correct that. I don't feel like doing an impromptu training session, but I have decided to do one anyway before I start my workday, just because I feel like the later in the day I plan to do it, the less likely I am to actually do it. Which is something that's hard to change, but I feel like that's just maybe human behavior for doing the things that you know are probably good for you. So it's best to knock them out as early in the day as possible. So, all right, let's get into it. So today I am going to be doing a drill session, which is kind of like what I do most of the time anyway. So let's do 7 prompts. Gonna kind of keep it the same as I usually do it. So no challenges on, keep spicy off, keep reflect on, so I can do a little review after each session. But I do have something exciting to share, and that is that I actually did do an update to the app accounting for what I said in, I think, the last or the second last session, where now a page comes up and it asks you if there's anything in particular you would like to work on. Options include staying calm, slowing down your rate of speech, cutting out filler words, staying on prompt, or telling a story, for example. So what you do is you click what you want to go for, and then it tells you, it kind of gives you a reminder which isn't that significant. And yeah, it gives you the prompt, and because you can see the reminder, it's meant to remind you what you want to keep your focus on during the session. So I'm going to end this and start again properly. So I did this to kind of help me keep in mind what I set as the goal for the session. So let's go for it. Homemade morning brew. Okay. So today I'm going to keep working on my goal of being relaxed, giving myself permission to be relaxed, calm while I'm doing this thing, because from the last 2 sessions I can already see that it's making a difference in the way that I talk. It's making me bring out my more authentic self, and it's also helping me embrace pauses a little bit more too. So it's kind of having flow-on effects on more than just like, by staying calm, it's affecting everything else. I think it's affecting my ability to slow down, to cut out filler words, to stay on prompt, to land the ending, maybe motivate me to tell a story. Maybe it gives me greater strength to tap into my creativity. I just feel like staying calm alone is a big thing. Anyways, let's do it. So I'm gonna stay calm, and let's go to our first prompt, which is vulnerability a sign of strength or weakness? Vulnerability is a sign of strength. When you decide to be vulnerable, you decide to show the world things that are deep within you that you don't usually feel comfortable showing. You are showing the world things that are, in a way, your weaknesses on paper, but it takes strength to do that. Because being vulnerable is important. It allows people to see the human side of you, to feel more connection with you. It's necessary for connection. But not everyone has the courage to be vulnerable, and that is why vulnerability is a sign of strength. Awesome. That was great. I enjoy that. And I think I did let myself feel relaxed. And I did, because at the beginning, I let myself kind of have a bit of a gap to let myself just think. And I don't know, I guess I'll be able to tell later if I looked relaxed by watching this video, but I think I did. How do you think I went? I'll rate myself now. So how happy do I feel with how I went? I feel happy. How well did I answer the prompt? I think I did stay on prompt. How much do I care about this topic? I actually do care about it. Yeah, I care about it. Did I stay calm? I think I stayed calm. I don't know, part of me feels like I don't know. Yeah, I think I stayed calm, but I won't put it at the top. I don't know why, but I can't put it at the top. Let's go next prompt. Hail. Hail is scary. I know a lot of people get excited when it comes to hail. These big rocks, ice cold rocks falling from the sky, but they're scary because if you're outside, if somebody is outside when it's hailing, if they get hit, they could potentially get very badly hurt. And that is a scary thought. You may be inside, but you have to think about other people. There may be other people that are not at home trying to get home, and they may not have anything to take cover under. So the next time it hails, I urge you to think about the other people that may be outside and may be at risk. Hail is scary, and it's not something to take lightly because of that risk of hurting people. Yeah. Took an interesting angle on it. I think I'm okay with how it went. Yeah. I'm happy. I think I stayed on prompt. How much did I care about this topic? Not really. Actually, I do kind of care. I do kind of care because I genuinely don't like hail. Because there was this one time we were overseas. I think we were in Switzerland, and we were around that main river that's in Interlaken. Oh, not that main river. There's these two lakes that are in the middle of Interlaken. And I remember we were on a walk, and then it just suddenly started hailing, and we were running for our lives because we were so scared we would get hit. Yes, that's a core memory, I think, for me that makes me feel scared of hail. So I do care about it, yeah. Did I stay calm? I stayed calm, mostly, yes. I might need to recalibrate this because, I feel like yes, mostly could potentially be the second notch from the top, whereas at the top it should be like yes, totally. We ready? Next prompt. What is a routine that keeps you steady? Ooh, good question. A routine that keeps me steady, which I am not in routine for right now, is training at the gym 3 to 4 times a week, or just working out 3 to 4 times a week. There's something about this activity that makes me feel grounded. I think it's because it makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself. The fact that I'm gaining strength or I'm maintaining my strength, it makes me feel good. It sets up my day for success. And just knowing that I am doing that for myself, it keeps me steady and balanced in every other aspect of my life. It helps me perform better at work. It helps me be a better father, a better husband. So the one routine that helps me stay steady is working out a few days a week. Yeah. I'm happy with that one. I think I answered it. I do care about this one. This one is important to me because I need to get my ass back in the gym. I've been slacking off, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's no real excuse for it. This is self-imposed. Did I stay calm? Yes, I did stay calm. Weekends. Weekends are a hit and a miss. And let me tell you why. Weekends are so exciting on a Friday and a Saturday. So exciting. But once it gets to Sunday afternoon, it is super difficult because you want to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. But you can't help but get this little irky feeling in the back of your mind that Monday is coming. Monday is coming and you can't get past it. And it makes it so much harder to enjoy the rest of your Sunday because you got to think about meal prep. You got to think about washing the clothes. You got to think about cleaning, all these domestic chores. And that's just what makes weekends so hard to fully enjoy. And that is why I propose a 3-day weekend. Weekends. I hit and a miss. Yep, I feel like it went okay. Not uber happy, but I'm happy. How would I answer the prompt? I think I stayed on prompt. You know, the thing about these one-word prompts is that they're actually harder. They're intentionally harder than the sentence prompts that kind of make you have an opinion, because when it comes to the one-word prompts, it's completely up to you. It encourages you to be more creative, which I think is a really important skill to have. And you can take your own angle on this prompt. It's completely up to you. You can voice a strong opinion on weekends. You can not really have an opinion. You can just speak free flow. You can say somebody else's opinion. You can say whatever you want. There's no right or wrong way. Despite having a love-hate relationship, mainly love, just hate for Sunday afternoon, which is a self-imposed problem, by the way. I still do care about weekends, of course. I think I stayed calm. I don't know. I find it hard to say fully calm because I still feel like there's a part of me that's not kind of calm. I can just feel this little thing in me that just feels a little bit nervous. I can't help it. I don't know what it's going to take to get over that. I don't know if you ever really get over that. I don't know if you ever really want to get over that. Maybe it's a good thing to have a bit of nervousness because it means you care. It means you care about saying something meaningful, right? Because if you don't care, if you have no care in the world, then what's going to motivate you to actually say something valuable with your time? To value somebody else's time. Interesting thought. Explain why the moon is obviously stalking us. Let me tell you something, and I know this is going to make me sound a little bit crazy, but hang on, just wait for a moment. You know, if we saw the moon in the sky once, twice, 3 times throughout our lives, it'd be okay, right? It's just seeing us by accident. It bumped into us the first time. The first glance was okay, totally normal. The second time, okay, it's reasonable. The universe, I guess, only has so much space. So yeah, of course it's going to move around, walk around and find us again. But we see the moon pretty fucking often. And you got to ask ourselves, you got to ask yourself, like, why are we seeing the moon so often? Like, is it stalking us? Like, it's a bit weird, right? You know, like, it's kind of weird. So I think, you know, the next time we see the moon, we should like be like, hey, like, stop stalking me. That was fun. That was fun. I feel like I let myself, I feel like that time I actually was relaxed. I did get in the zone and I let myself get into my creativity and actually have fun with it. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. I feel like that one I can say I was fully relaxed. I don't care about the topic, but I think I did stay calm. See, that is what I'm talking about. That is like proper calm. I would love to watch back at this video, and I think when I do, I'll actually notice something that's different. It's interesting, like, what allowed me to get in the zone then? Like, it was something to do with the creativity about it. Like, I had to imagine, because like that one was a silly prompt, right? Yeah, I don't know. I do think it was a decision that I made though. So it's like, how do I tap into that more often to properly get into the zone? Also, sorry, like, you can probably hear a plane in the background. I hope you can't. So I don't know how well you can hear me right now, but let's go next prompt. And let me see. I am going to see if I can tap into what I just tapped into, because I think that was actually pretty interesting. All right, bread. Bread. Bread is something that I do really like to eat, but it's such a struggle to find bread that I don't get a little bit disgusted by. And I know I use that word a little bit strongly, but let me explain. Okay, I've got a bit of an irk for foods that are packaged and have like 50,000 ingredients, and sometimes I pick up like plastic bags that have bread in them and I read the ingredients and they just have put so many things in there that are unnecessary, because for bread you just need flour, water, maybe like 2 other things, but I've seen bread packets with like 50 ingredients and it's like, ugh. So I like bread, but sometimes it can be a little bit tough finding the right bread. Okay, so with that one, I did feel like I kind of let myself get into that zone a little bit, but I feel like I was struggling to figure out where I was going. So I kind of like let myself go through this little flow chart and I couldn't find myself landing at a point. Like, as I was talking more and more, I was like thinking in my head, like, where the fuck am I going to with this? But that's okay. I feel okay with how it went. Yeah, I mean, I stayed on prompt. I kept it about bread, but not fully on prompt. I feel like I found myself getting into this thing about ultra processed foods. Yeah, I don't know. Don't care that much. Did I stay calm? Somewhat. All right, let's go, guys. Last prompt. Explain why your phone battery has trust issues. I just did this the other day, so I'm going to re-roll. Brooms. You think about brooms and you think about cleaning. But when I think about brooms, I think about broom, broom, broom. Sports cars. Now, I've never driven a car that actually makes a broom, broom, broom sound. And it kind of makes me wonder, is that sound even real? Like, was it invented by cartoons? Or is it a real sound that sports cars make? I haven't really heard it, so maybe you can speak for it for me. But broom, broom, broom is, yeah, it's a make-believe sound probably. And it's kind of an annoying sound, especially if you hear it in your suburb, like when you're trying to have quiet. but once again, I haven't heard it. So yeah. Yeah, okay, I didn't know where that was going. All right, let's go. Let's rate. How happy do I feel with how it went? To be honest, not that happy, but I'm also I got really demotivated at this last one. How well did I actually answer the prompt? To be honest, I feel like I went off prompt a bit. How much did I care about this topic? Not at all. Did I stay calm? Yeah, I guess so. What else didn't care? Bit of a glitch with the question, but it's kind of doubling up on that. Anyways, I don't really care. Let's just finish it off. That is this morning's session. Yeah, look, I think it's good that I've focused now 3 days in a row on trying to stay calm, and yeah, it is what it is. I will see you again tomorrow when it comes to my next session. Check out the app, comehavachat.com, if you want to practice your impromptu speaking skills. This app is always going to be a work in progress, so if it's not what you like yet, give me some feedback and I'll try and improve it for you. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Goodbye and take care.